Hello, Knockouts. Hello, Knockouts. Tanya TKO here. And as you know, I'm a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we do what? We use viral video topics as teachable moments for what self-love or self-abuse looks like in our own lives. You know, today we're going to be talking about the Ma'Khia Bryant family press conference. And I want you to, you know what, I'm going to play some of it we're actually going to play the whole thing from them walking up to them exiting. A special shout out to the young lady who sent this to me earlier. Let me see what her name was real quick. Oh, you know what? She has a unique name. So I'm just going to say Rookie, right? She sent this link to me early this morning. And when I saw this, honestly, I just got back into bed. I really honestly did. I saw it. I got back into bed. I put the covers over my head and I started playing a game on my phone. I just had to tune out the whole world. I had to tune out everything because I saw two different things in this press conference. And I want to see whether or not you all picked up on some of those things too. So we're going to play the video and then we're going to talk about it. There's a lot of people who are angry at me for speaking on this. And I'm not exactly sure if I'm supposed to get on code and just shut up, maybe just don't speak out. But the thing is, I wasn't going to say anything about this, but you all continue to send the video to me, beseeching me and beckoning me to please speak about this. And I'm like, I don't think you all really want my point of view on it. And then I gave my point of view and some of you are very angry. Somebody actually today had the nerve to call me a super mammy, whatever. They had the nerve to call me that earlier today. And I was like, who you think you talking to? Because it wasn't no mamies, not one at all in the last video that I put up where we showed a man being tased and him getting up to still go stab someone. I used that video because he had a knife and he was still on his way to stab a person. But you all are like, oh, well, that was a man. But do you all need me to show you video footage of a woman about the same size as Ma'Khia also being tased and still going about her business? I actually watched a lot of footage. Just if you Google tasers don't always work, right? Just Google that phrase on YouTube. You'll see a lot of videos and people behave in the strangest of ways when they get tased. So they're like, stop it! Ah! It's it's funny, like you all see the footage where people are like, and then they fall down. I've seen so much footage of people who swipe the things out. The nodes have to hit you just right. But that's a story for another video because I don't want to have to keep trying to prove the same point over and over. My brother says that my father says this quote. I don't know where the quote originated, but it goes, for those who don't wait, those who want to believe no evidence is sufficient. For those who don't want to believe, no proof is good enough, or something like that. I have to get the exact quote from my brother. But nonetheless, so we're going to jump into this press conference. I wanted to get you all in here. And I spend the first few moments of the videos talking because people end up coming in late. And then it's like at the movie theater. You come in late, then you stepping over other people, and you're like, what happened? What's going on? What's going on? So special shout out to the people who have signed up for my text notification service. If you have signed up for the text notification service, type in the number 10 inside, only if you have signed up on my website, and get a text message whenever I'm about to go live. So that way you're always on time. I see you all when you come in and you're like, North Carolina in the house. I'm here, stand up. We got Danny in the house. We got Erin. So there are 78 people who have signed up for the text notifications so far. And so you all are Alta Gracia, I haven't seen that name, but sometimes people have a different government, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll take your word for it. Sunshine. Okay, LaQuinta is a name that I know. Angelique, Stephanie, Constance, Sonia, Karen, of course. Uh-oh, it went by quickly. Jojo. I remember autographing a book to a Jojo recently. Tina, Dellen. That's not a name that I've seen. Not Dellen. Come on now. Listen, people all right. People just start going. Lavette? You know what? Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. Hold on. Dellon. Let's see. See, why do people play these games? Dellen, your name is not in here. What? Come on. Let me see. Lavette. I don't see Lavette in there either. What do you know what? All right. Listen, it's not that difficult. You don't have to fake the funk. Maybe there's a difference between the government and what you're using on Facebook. That's fine. I understand. But if you want to join the text notification squad, it's very easy. It's only $1.99 a month. And right now I'm working to get up to 100 people. Once we get 100 people, I am going to separate the text notification service from the monthly support, because some of the people who support monthly don't necessarily want a text every single time that I go live. And I don't want to give you a thing that you don't want or need. So some people just want to support monthly and other people want the text, and some people want both. So if you want both, you can get both. Once we get to 100, I'm going to separate the two, and then you could just get them separately. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Diane says, I want to sign up. It's very simple and easy. Inside of the description of this video, it says support monthly. You just go to TanyaTKO.com, click on support. That way you can show your support to the channel, because the text notification is a way of you supporting the channel, because we get to circumvent YouTube, Facebook, and the fickle algorithms where they're only telling a certain portion of people that my videos are coming out. They're unsubscribing other people. Sometimes, hey, the cash apples are coming through. Sometimes people come through and they have to be on YouTube and then see that the live button is on and they're like, what's going on? Some people showing up late. And so once we get, enough people on the text notification service, I won't be doing these longer intros to wait for people to come in, because we'll already be in the house, right? And so listen, if you all are ready to jump into it, I am ready to jump into it. Remember, all of the links that you need are in the description of this video. You can also send me stories on TanyaTKO.com/contact. All right. So this is something else. Hey, Mary signing up. Yes, please do. And I'll give you a shout out. The people who sign up during the broadcast, I'll give you a shout out before the video is over. So just come on over, settle in, and let's watch this together. And remember, I want you to take special notice. I want to see whether or not you see what I saw. Okay?
She was very.
Oh, let's start at the very beginning. It's buffering right now, so let's just give it a few more moments to buffer. And welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Right now, we are watching the full and total press conference that Ma'Khia Bryant's family had earlier today. And I want you all to just listen, look, and take special note. I want to see if you all saw some of the things that I saw. Okay? Let's see. Here we go.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. My name is Michelle Martin of the Martin Law Firm. I'm here today representing the family of Ma'Khia Bryant. She was a 16-year-old vibrant, bubbly girl whose life was cut short by many of our failing systems. I'm here with the family to be a voice for Ma'Khia, for Janiyah, for Azaria, for their siblings, and for their family. This injury goes deep. This is a deep-seated issue that has boiled over into a vile result, a tragedy that took place on April the 20th. We are here and we're going to investigate every agency that had a time and an opportunity to prevent Ma'Khia's death. I stand here with her family, committed to getting answers. We'll be calling for a couple federal investigations, one being from the Health and Human Services, asking that we look into Ohio's foster care system, starting here in Franklin County. We're also going to be calling for a Department of Justice investigation into the shooting. And we're still investigating who else could be at fault, because this can't happen again. I've served as guardian ad litem for over 200 children over the past decade. I've seen the pain in their eyes far too often. And we need to protect and cherish all of our children, especially those in distress who need us the most. And so we will push for those investigations beyond this shooting. All systems failed her. Now the family is here in pain. Today, we're going to talk about that pain. We have to protect our youth, Ohio. If we sweep this under the rug without answering to Ma'Khia's pain, then we fail her again. I hear the anger of those who want to make the counter argument of what happened in that moment. But if you aren't angry about why this happened, if you're not angry about why this continues to happen, then you are truly the problem. We have to protect our children. They are our core. We have to do more. Ma'Khia deserves more. Ma'Khia Bryant deserves justice. I would like for you to hear from her mother and a couple of her family members as to their pain. This is Ma'Khia's mother, and she's going to talk to you just a bit.
Hello, my name is Paula Bryant. I'm Ma'Khia's mom. And I want the world to know my baby was an innocent, talented, bubbly, loving teenager. She never should have been gone off this world. She had a full life ahead of her that ended in a tragedy. I love my baby. She was a good little girl. She was very sweet and caring and loving. She was a Christian. And she didn't deserve this. It hurts me so bad. Words can't even explain how I feel right now that I had to bury my beautiful daughter.
I just can't. I'm sorry. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I need to play this part again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to play this part again. When he was trying to come up, oh my goodness. When he was trying to come up and he needed her to move over a little bit. Let me play this part again. Some of you be like, why are you laughing? This is an inopportune time. I'm sorry. It's just that sometimes things just stand out. Did any of you peep that when he needed her to move over? So this is the father, the one who punt kicked that woman's or that young lady's head on the ground. This is the father coming up, the one with the afro puff on his head, the one that you thought may have been her brother or someone from the neighborhood or whatever. Sherry says, ain't nothing funny, girl. Wait until you see what I rewind up on, because I need to see this part again. When he was coming up and he needed her to move over, look at, because she's standing there crying. She is crying, and look at what he does. I want you all to take a look at his hands, okay? When he needs her to move over a little bit so he could get to the microphone. Look at his hands. Look, okay?
Yes, I'm Ma'Khia.
What the devil? Why? Why? Did any of you see what I just saw? Did any of you see what I just saw? What did you all see that I saw? When he needed her to move out the way, he was like, just like, why? This is crazy. So you all saw what I saw, right? How his hand was like, why did he need to do that? Oh God. Fatima is saying, I'm acting like a whole demon because a man who punted a woman's head on the ground when the mother of his child was crying at the microphone and he wanted to come up and speak, that he tried to shove her out the way with his hand, and I'm the demon. You see, there's so many of you out there that worship a demonic Satan-like God, a devil-like God, that you all don't know how to recognize what is demon and what is not. Because some of you worship a God who would a mass murdering, jealous, petty, envious God. And then you go around and you're like, oh, you must be a demon because, come on now, please. Anyway, I'm going to play that part one more time because this is just, it's astronomical to me. She's standing up there crying and he's like, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. Here we go. Look at him. He's like, get out of the way. Unbelievable. She's crying. Look at him. Wow, I can't believe that he would do that.
I'm Ma'Khia Bryant's father. To know Ma'Khia is to know life, meaning God, honor, son. That was her spirit. It was kind. Excuse me. But it was to know her was to know peace. She was here with me.
All right. So I was asking you all if you noticed some of the things that I noticed, right? And I wish that I could, you know what? Let me see if I could zoom in on this because I want you to see something. And I want you to take a look at the woman's face who is the attorney for them, right? I want you to take a look at her face. And I'm confused by the smirks that she's giving. And you see, she even has to turn her head right now. So let me see how I can zoom in on this for you. Hold on. Let me see if I could get a zoom. Tag nabbit. How do I get a zoom in on this? Because this is not getting larger. Give me 1 second. I need to, it's not getting larger for me. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to replay it, but I want you to take a look at the lawyer's face, okay? I want you to take a look at the lawyer's face, right? When he starts talking, so let me make this as large as the screen so that you could be able to see her. All right, here we go.
I'm Ma'Khia Bryant's father. To know Ma'Khia is to know life, meaning God, honor, son. That was her spirit.
Does anybody else see her face? Am I come on. I can't be the only person who sees that she's smirking all throughout this press conference. Am I the only one? Is there anybody else who sees the smirk? Is there anybody else? I just want to know. Okay, Jasmine sees it too. Okay, all right. Okay. This is the same guy who punted the young lady's head on the ground. Okay, so some of you see the smirk. Okay, all right. I don't know what she's smirking about, but it's very strange indeed. But nonetheless, that's good. I want to go back to that when he tries to get her out the way. It's like, come on, like she's crying. God, wow.
Yes, I'm Marlon Hammond. I'm Ma'Khia Bryant's father. To know Ma'Khia is to know life, meaning God, honor, son. That was her spirit. It was kind.
Why is she smiling? Look, you see her holding back her lips, right?
But it was to know
What the
it was to know
F?
peace.
And then she has to look
Here
down.
with me for 16 years.
Rewind that
She
if you
was
need
able be
to.
my peacemaker. Anytime I was feeling bad, Ma'Khia made me feel better.
You know what?
She
I'm
was there.
sorry.
She was
I was talking over the father.
courageous.
I'm sorry. I know you all don't like when I do that. I'll rewind it for you all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're gonna go forward. And when we go back, I want you to look at the lawyer's face and how she's holding back a smile and she's going like it's very strange. I don't know what is going on, but I'm gonna let you listen to the father again. Sorry for talking over him. You see him trying to get her out the way, right?
Yes, I'm Marlon Hammond. I'm Ma'Khia Bryant's father. To know Ma'Khia is to know life, meaning God, honor, son. That was her spirit. It was kind. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. But it was to know her was to know peace. She was here with me for 16 years. She was able to be my peacemaker. Anytime I was feeling bad, Ma'Khia made me feel better. She was there. She was a courageous child. She always had her mother instance with my other children. She's an angel that God made me for 16 years, and I got to understand why, but it's this time. Yep. That's, that's,
Hi, I'm the grandmother of Ma'Khia Bryant. From the time this baby was brought home, those are the thoughts that keep running through my mind. I named her my sugar mama. She said to me once, she said, Grandma, how come you love us so much? I loved her so much because I love my son. I loved her so much because I love children. And now my baby's gone.
Unfortunately, this is the sound. This news station, it seemed like they were getting ambient sound instead of microphone sound. And this is the loudest that it goes. So please turn up your volume. I haven't been able to find anywhere else that has the full and complete press conference besides this source. I looked and other places had it chopped up. This is the only full one that I've seen. So just turn it up, okay? We're going to go back. This is unbelievable. We're going to grab the apples in a moment.
I would come home oftentimes, and Ma'Khia's cleaned up the whole house. She's got the candles on. Everything's just fine. It's a couple of Sundays before Ma'Khia passed. We were in the car. We kept singing the song, I Want to Bless Her. We were so happy, her and her sisters and me. We were so happy for something tragic like this to happen. It's unimaginable. So I want justice for my grandbaby. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Myra Duke. I'm Ma'Khia's aunt, and I lived out of town. I live in Atlanta, but whenever I would come in town, I would ensure that I would always go see her. She had a vibrant personality. She was a beautiful girl, not only on the outside but also on the inside. Oftentimes, I would FaceTime her. She would show me what she was doing, help her out with her schoolwork. Whenever she would cook, she would, Auntie, look what I made. It is, it's unreal that our family has to suffer this tragedy. And it didn't have to end this way. At this time, as you can already imagine, the family is grieving, so trying to figure out what's.
All right. So we're going to play the rest of that. But so far, I want to see how many of you picked up on what it is that stood out to me. One of the biggest things that stood out to me about this press conference, how many of you picked up on it? I want to see if you saw what I saw. So I want to ask you all the question. How many of you saw what it is that I saw? She's going to start answering questions, and they're going to answer questions about the foster care system and why she was there, and then she's going to answer those questions, what she was doing when she got shot, et cetera, et cetera. Those questions are going to be asked. But I want to see if you all picked up on what I picked up on. Let's see. Let me give a shout out to the person who, okay. Ma'Khia, her two sisters were in foster care. That's along the lines. Let's see if there's anybody. A lot of you are asking the question, but here it is. Here it is. Duffield, all of this family, why no one stepped in so she wouldn't be in foster care? Listen, I had to go and Google, how does a child get into foster care? I'll pull that up for you all. Let's read some of the apples right now that have come in, because that's one of the, so everybody's coming out. Oh, we loved her so much. We had such a close relationship. She was this, she was that. Oh, wonderful this, wonderful that, blah, blah, blah. But when all was said and done, she was in the foster care system. And when I Googled, and I'll Google that for us on this broadcast, right? I'll Google that for us. How does a child end up in foster care? And what it is that came up for me in Google was neglect, abuse, a family unable or unwilling to take care of the child. And I'm like, mother, father, grandmother, aunt, all of these people who are able to come forward. And not only was Ma'Khia in foster care, but her sisters too. And then the father mentioned some other children as well. And I'm confused by all of this, honestly. I'm confused because I'm like, okay, everybody cared about her so much, and everybody has all of these wonderful and amazing things to say about her, et cetera, et cetera. But when she needed someone, when she needed a family member to take care of her, where were all of these people? Where were all of these people? So let's read some of the apples, and then we'll get to the rest of the press conference, because I really want to know. I want to know. I'll put the link for those of you who are asking. I'll put the name of the link for the Cash App is in the description. My Cash App is a verified Cash App, and the direct link is in the description, so that you will know that you are sending your comment to the right place. Sierra sends $25 and says, just want to show support. All right. Thank you, Sierra. I appreciate that. Yaisha sends $1 and says, blessings to them all. Yes, I feel you. Chigozie sends $10 and says, I just can't. Her parents failed her. That's another thing. They're so busy talking about all of the people who failed this young lady. They're talking about all of the people who failed this young lady. But they don't I don't hear them talking about the failure that they did, that she was even in this system. The failure that the father did, that he was over there punk kicking, curb stomping girls in their heads, instead of trying to stop her from fighting, instead of trying to get the knife out of her hand, instead of trying to, when she said, I'm gonna stab the F out you, B, instead of him body slamming his daughter and trying to get her out the way, he was kicking girls in their head. I mean, this is unbelievable. I don't understand what the alternative that we feel the alternative should be. I don't know. Desiree sends $1 and says, sadly, mom just wants payday, didn't even have custody. This is the crazy part. How many of you think the family is coming out so that they can become a part of the suit, so that they can get some of the windfall from her death, from suing the state? If you think that the family is coming out all together, even though they couldn't come together to get custody of these children, if you think they're coming out to try to get some windfall, put up the number 2. If you think that this is an innocent family with the purest of intentions, put up the number 3. I want to see what the numbers are like, because this is unbelievable. Oh wow. A lot of you are putting up the number 2. This is sad. I don't even see not 1 3. I don't see not 1 3. Wow. There's a lot of 2s, a lot. Wow. Oh my gosh, I don't see any 3s. They're just, because we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, Periscope. So I see the answers coming in cross-platform, but you'll be able to see them on on whatever platform you're on. But my goodness, I'm just like, and now they're coming out, holding up a picture of Ma'Khia. The aunt is there, the father's there, the mother's there, the grandmother's there, and Granny talking about, oh, we would drive and listening to gospel music and all of this. But then when you went to drop her off, but the thing is, right, that this was not her first foster home. This was not her first foster home. There are other vloggers that are reporting that there were other foster care parents who were coming out talking about, oh, she was such a great wonder, she cleaned so much, etc., etc. She was in multiple foster homes. And all of this family who's able to come out on a stage, making crying sounds, trying to push one another out the way to get to the microphone. Let's go back to the apples real quick. This is unbelievable. I'm stunned by all of this. Nina sends $3 and says, did her family not fail her? You know what I'm saying? But you don't hear them saying nothing about their failures. Nina sends $2 and says, I'm sure the mom feels guilty for her absence. Can you tell me, what is it that makes you feel that the mother feels guilty? Help me understand what it is that you're seeing or knowing. What do you know about the situation that we don't know? Kenneth sends $20 and says, I know you want to say it, Tanya. What is it that I want to say that you know I want to say? What is it that you know I want to say? You're funny. All right. All right, Candace sends $2 and says, given her unfit family, it's unlikely she was an angel. Listen, I don't know what is going on here, child. I really don't know. Jonathan sends $5 and looks like a smirk to me. Exactly. I don't know what was going on and why. Khadijah sends $3 and says, I think it's his voice. He sounds like he has one. He has one of what? What are we missing? Has one of what? Alyssa sends $1 and says, she was in foster care, but here we got a family. This is the part that's confusing to me. Khadijah sends $3 and says, of those smokers with the holes, you know what, in the holes in their neck, why must you be this way? So he sounds like he has, what is that machine where he's like, unbelievable. You know something, some of you are so awful. Alyssa sends $1 and says, reunion up there, maybe hoping for lawsuit. Yeah. We're going to listen to the rest of it so that you can hear, and then the lawyer says something strange. She's like, oh, I'm also a lawyer. And I'm like, what? Kenneth sends $10 and says, that father is the reason for child death. Listen, there are a lot of reasons that contributed to that young lady's death. It's unfortunate. And this family is, I am disgusted by what it is that I'm seeing. And I'm going to give this message to you because a lot of you don't like it when I talk about personal responsibility, right? But for those of you out there, please take this as a lesson, right? Take this as a lesson that there will be people in your life who don't make the time for you, don't do what it is that they need to do to be in your life, and may even do things to sabotage you. And then when you're gone, sit there and try to collect off of your death. And I am saddened that this family failed that young lady, and that here they are. She couldn't, the mother, father, aunt, grandmother, all of these people could not show up to take care of these children. But they can show up to come up on a stage crying, talking about, saying key words for a lawsuit. This is unbelievable. This is why you got to do what it is that you need to do to get onto the other side in your life, and just leave the people behind who are not for you. I'm sorry. This is sickening to me. Honestly, this is sickening. And those of you out there making excuses for this, Frederick sends $5 and says, Bryant case is a hot mess. Ma'Khia was going to kill. Listen, there's some people who don't see it that way. Renee sends $1 and says, looks like the lawyer was trying not to cry, but I don't know. Yeah, okay. Look again. Look again, please. If that's what look like a cry to you, come on now. I can't wait for Jesus Garcia to do the body language on this. Bonita sends $2 and says that lawsuit is going to be dismissed. Watch and see. You know, there's a part of me that's like, you know, I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, yeah, you know, well, she died. Let some Black family get paid. But this family that didn't care for her, do they deserve? Please. I don't know. I'd need to hear more evidence. I'd need to hear more evidence in order for me to be like, oh, yes, the family deserves. Like, I wish that there could be like a foundation or a fund. I wish that Ma'Khia had a will so that her sisters would get any proceeds. But this, I'm sorry. This is horrifying. Autumn sends $1 and says a mom and 3-month-old killed in crossfire in Virginia. BLM. Listen. Yeah, unbelievable. Deidre sends $10 and says, support your channel, love your content. Thank you, Deidre. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Isaiah sends $5 and says, those crocodile tears and theatrics for a payday. I'm sure every parent loves their child, right? Dominique sends $1 and says, dad didn't console the crying mom equal lawyer smirk. Is that what it was? I don't know, but you're right. I did not see a cohesive, it was just some mess. I can't even imagine. Tiffany sends $2 and says, exactly. They all should evaluate themselves. You know what? We're going to read some more of the apples. We're going to jump into the rest of the press conference real quick, and then we'll come back. If you want your comment read, we will get all of them read before we leave out of here. So let me, I'm going to get the video back up on the screen. This is unbelievable. I'm sorry. This is just straight unbelievable. All right. Ready? This is where she starts taking questions and then look and see which one she answers and which one she doesn't answer. Just take special note.
To say at this time and who to say it to is very difficult. And so we definitely ask your patience. I know that there will be follow-up, and we will reach out to all of you. At this time, we are still investigating, but you will continue to hear our voices. Over the next coming days, you will get familiar with this space and these spaces, because we cannot let this stand. I am an advocate for children in Franklin County, in Central Ohio, and if God willing, the world one day. But we have to start with where we are at home, and this can't happen in our backyard. We can't allow this to happen. We can't let this stand. And so right now, we would just ask your respect while the family grieves. Tomorrow, there will be services held. And as the details of those unfold, if you haven't already found out, we will make sure that, if necessary, that information is released to you. And I thank you so much for your time. I want to say if there's any questions, but I feel like... Can you identify every single person who spoke? They didn't say their names in the beginning. Absolutely. So we have Mom, Paula Bryant. I'll let Dad say his name because he has an name.
His last name is not Bryant. His last name is Hammonds. Same name as the mother.
Do you offer any clarity on what circumstances led up to Ma'Khia being placed in foster care?
He asked her, what are the circumstances that led up to her being placed in foster care? Listen to her answer.
At this point in time, I will not be offering up that information. However, as the investigation is ongoing, the story of how Ma'Khia Bryant was placed in foster care and remained in foster care, what we believe too long, will unfold.
And then do you offer any clarity on what the reason, I mean, you have to have some reason for asking Department of Health and Human Services to launch an investigation. What is your justification for this investigation?
Will they oversee child protective?
So he's asking, what is the justification for wanting to sue the state services for what happened to Ma'Khia? And she's answering, they oversee, listen.
Services, and so they also govern the federal. They also govern the way in which our laws are implemented here. And so while we may not see that they're, as the investigation unfolds, I believe that it's deeper, that it's more of a policy issue and a cultural issue. And so it's hard for us to kind of see ourselves with our own implicit bias and lens on. So sometimes it's better to have an oversight function come in and provide that for you and provide the recommendations so that we can improve. That's the goal here, right? To get better.
Do you guys want to see any type of justice against the officer?
It depends on what the investigation.
They said if they want to see any justice or something against the officer. Here she's saying it depends.
Produces. I mean, I think that all of us can agree here that we think the shooting happened and it should not have happened. All the things that led up to that, I believe, are still unfolding. It was extremely tragic. If you ask me, I do believe that the officer responded too aggressively, to say it mildly. I believe that she was shot as if she was a target, and I can't sleep at night with that. So I want to see what the investigation produces, because I am also a lawyer, and I know that we have to use our legal tools and skills and expertise in order to get justice for this family. So,
Yeah, wasn't that strange? She said, and I'm also a lawyer. I was confused by her saying that, because that's the very reason why she's standing up there, right? Like, why is she saying I'm also a lawyer? That was so weird to me. I wasn't sure why that sentence went down like that.
I know what my heart tells me, but I also know what the law says. And so I'm interested to find out how we can use both to get justice for her.
Can I ask you a question? Were you there the day?
You cannot ask my.
Listen. Look at this. Listen, you hear that, right? Can I ask you a question? Were you there that day? And then look at how she responds. Let's rewind just a little bit.
And so I'm interested to find out how we can use both to get justice for her.
Can I ask you a question? Were you there the day?
You cannot ask Myron any questions. I'm sorry. You can ask them to me.
Can I ask? Was he there the day?
We'll tell you that later.
What the F is going on? This is so strange. This whole thing is so strange. I'm sorry, this thing is so strange. She's like, can I ask you a question? Were you there that day? You cannot ask her any questions. You can ask me some questions. And we'll get back to you on that later. Just come on. What the hell is going on? This is too much. I don't get it. Listen. I'm gonna listen. We're gonna play. We're gonna play a little bit more of this, and then we're gonna get back to the rest of the apples and hear what you all have to say, because this is strange to me. This is so strange. Look at her face. This is the same smirk. For those of you who are like, she's fighting back tears, that's the face of tears. This whole thing is a mess. This whole thing is a mess. Somebody is saying she asked the father if he was there that day. She said, no, you may not ask her any questions. She wasn't even looking at the father. Come on. Oh my goodness. You know what? Listen. This is a lot. This is a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to take a quick break from this and just read the apples, because this is a lot, and I don't. This is a lot. All right. So we got Bun sent $1 and said they want fame and to get paid, but wasn't there. The F. Listen, I don't know what's going on. Delisha sends $1.20 and says foster parents and parents equal blame. There's a lot of people who were to blame. There's a lot of blame to be passed around. But for them to say that the services failed her, why was she in services? This is the crazy part. Delisha sends $1 and says, lawyer has cause to sue foster placement. Oh, does she? Does she? You know, they're going to talk about that in the rest of the press conference. Lisa sends $2 and says, her entire family failed her. She was in foster. Precisely. Josette sends $2 and says, they're looking for a big payday. They don't care. Listen. Lisa sends $2 and says, home, not an elite boarding school. Okay, listen. So she's saying that she was in foster care, not an elite boarding school. She was somewhere. And the reason why she was there is because her family was not taking care of her. Nobody stepped up and stepped in to take care of her. No one. Because the system prefers to keep you with family. They prefer. That's the first choice. There was no family that stepped up. Grandmother, aunt, father, none of them. Mother, all of them failed this child. April sends $5 and says, it's time for a super mammy. The world is asking for, you know something, you're so silly. I made the video so that you all can share it so I didn't have to keep doing that in my videos. You all are so funny. Okay. Nina sends $2 and says, guilty, just response to mom, quote unquote, not knowing. I don't know what we're talking about right there. Not knowing which part. S sends 222 and says Black children are overrepresented in the system, 25%. That's sad. Molly sends $3 and says Christians don't try to stab people. Well, didn't they say eye for an eye? Maybe she was missing an eye or something, and she was trying to get it back from the other young lady. I don't know. Jacqueline sends $3 and says, I hope they do not get a dime. Listen. I hope that there's some sort of foundation that is created to help young ladies like her, because she needed help and she was failed. Carrie Lee sends $1 and says, so messed up. I hold her father responsible. Katrin sends $5 and says, you are amazing. This situation is beyond sad. Thank you, Kat. It is beyond sad. Jennifer sends 555 and says the dad should be in jail, protect Black women. I don't know why that father was not arrested for kicking that girl in the head. I'm confused by that. Ivy sends $1 and says sad situation, but it's for show and money. This whole thing is sad. You're right. Jimmy sends $2 and says they sent her outside with a knife after calling the cops. You know, this is all speculation. A lot of what people are saying is hearsay. So Jimmy says they got her killed. Who is they that sent her out there with the knife? The father was outside the house. Who is they that gave her the knife and told her to say, I'm going to stab the F out you, B? Nyala sends $5 and says, how about being an unwanted dark skin plus size teen? Yolanda sends $1.40 and says, Mom gonna get the other kids now. You know what I'm saying? I see one of them on the stage and the father's talking about his other kids. Why was Ma'Khia in foster care? Tracy sends $1 and says, sorry ass people just wanted their faces on camera. Listen, this is something else. I don't know what is going on, honestly. Molly sends $2 and says, everything about the lawyer is shady. Something is kind of up with her. Right? Something is kind of up with her. Hey, Dominique says, woman is interim foster parent and lawyer. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, is that what she was saying? Okay, because I heard her say that I heard her say something about, okay. That's wonderful. Okay, so we have a few more cash apps to read. We're going to get back to the press conference, and then we're going to come back to the apples and read those. This is something else, I tell you. Her face. The person asked, can you confirm that it was either Ma'Khia or her sister that called 911? And she says, I will not confirm that. He says, do you think that the foster home did anything wrong? And she answers yes. And he has some other questions that were a little low. You could rewind that and re-listen. She did stop her. What? She said, we're not completely what? Hold on. Let me try to hear that again. Oh, she said, we need to be reunified and we're not completely reunified yet. And she's staring them down. This is interesting. Oh, did you hear that? So look at how she steps in front of the woman, because you see the woman is looking at the reporter and she wants to talk. Look at her face. She wants to talk. She steps in front between her and him, and she starts talking about being reunified with her other children. And then he starts saying what the mother said in another interview. And then the lawyer says, I had no control over that interview. I'm here now. Let's take another look at that. That was interesting. Because this mother, look at her face. She's serious about it too. And look, she stands right between them. Wow, look at that. Look at that. You all are saying there's no sound? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There was no sound on this whole time. I'm so mad about that. I'm over here looking by myself. Let's do that again. Oh my goodness. Which part did we stop at? We did not get any of the questions. So let's go back a little bit. I'm sorry. This is what happens live broadcast sometimes. You know, these things happen. Here. So let's go all the way back. Oh my goodness. I'm so mad that there was no sound there. Oh my goodness. 5 minutes at least. Oh. You know what? I need a break from that. We're going to come right back to that. Let's jump to the apples real quick. I'm sorry. I don't know why the sound went out. I'm sorry, you all. This whole situation is just exasperating. I'm sorry. This is just exasperating, honestly. Okay, so Jacqueline sends $2 and says, this lawyer is so hood, they're going to lose. Well, just because a lawyer is hood doesn't mean that they're going to lose. You just need to know the law. You know, policing a person's policing a person's cultural, outward, or socioeconomic, that if she knows the law and she's able to represent, she can do all right. Plenty of hood people out there. Sometimes you need some hood to do some things. You know what I'm saying? Marie sends $2 and says they are looking for a payout. They don't care. Did we read that one already? Nina sends $2 and says she's advocating, not lawyering. Fake Jesse Jackson. Well, lawyering happens in the court, doesn't it? Nayala sends $1 and says she was there. Was she there? Where would she have been? Where would she have been? Khadijah sends $3 and says, I see a weak lawyer on her losing case. Why are you saying this? You all don't think the lawyer has a chance? I mean, they didn't attract one of the big names. Chris Stewart ain't on it. Ben Crump ain't on it. And Gerald Griggs isn't on it. So I don't know. Lee P. Remember the lawyer who was representing Dominique the freak, Dominique the creep? Lee sends $1 and says an insult to real police brutality cases. Ashley sends 111 and said, I'm so happy you decided to delve deeper into this. Are you? Why is that? Some people are so angry that I did. Sintanya sends 711 and says, for the parents didn't abide by the court ordered. We got to check the next message that she sends. Let's see. The court ordered treatment / class. That is why she's still in there. Really? Can you send me some paperwork? Because I don't know what it is that you know. Send me some documentation if you know what else is going on. Tamika sends 452 and says, family failed her. Whole hot mess. This is a mess. It really is. Phoebe sends $1 and says, mom's demeanor was defensive when they asked questions. You know what? If I scrub through that video and you see the mother's face, her eyes are deadpan. It's very interesting. Dia sends $1 and says, main thing, remember, is her cooking and cleaning. You know what? The grandmother did say they had a nice ride in the car, but she did talk about her cooking and cleaning. Maybe they said that because there are reports out that Ma'Khia was angry that people asked her to clean. That's what I thought she mentioned that for. Benita sends $1 and says, fam may win if they sue foster system. Not much, though. Well, you know what? Elisa sends $10 and says, I'm surprised Benjamin Crump wasn't there. Rest in peace, KIA. Listen, Ben Crump Ben Crump represents some serious, tremendous cases. I don't know what's the issue that some people are having with Ben Crump. I have no issues with. Wait, Ben Crump, is he the young one or is he the older one? Who am I thinking of? Because there's a few. Oh no, I'm thinking of Lee Merritt. That's who I'm thinking of, not Lee Merritt. Ben Crump, he's the older one. All right, Sheena sends $1 and says, lawyer may be related or a close acquaintance. That would be a conflict of interest, wouldn't it? Cheryl sends $2 and says, that family is so ratchet, no accountability. Well, I don't know. An MD sent me a message saying, no sound. I wish I'd gotten your message in time. I'm sorry. Thank you. And Morgan also sent $1 and said, we can't hear for the last 5 minutes. And I was just sitting there, just playing. I need a better system. Jacqueline says we need audio. Child, I failed you all with that. That is my bad. I will go back and play the whole thing over again. Don't you worry. Teresa sends $1 and says, we can hear you, but not the press conference. Don't worry, I'll go back. You're not gonna miss anything. We're gonna go back. Sierra also said no sound. All of you people were sending messages and I didn't get them because I'm like, I'm gonna get those because we so wrapped up in this. Yeah, let's see. Sorry, Sierra. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Sitanya says the mom got her taken for brawling. So the mother was fighting. How do you know all of this? So talk to me. What do you know that we don't know? Chigozie says, for a bottle of wine covering this topic. Oh, you know what? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? I'm going to I prefer champagne. So I will go get me some champagne and I will pop. It's a little late today, but I can go out and get that. Tomorrow is Thursday. So you know what? I will get it tomorrow, chill it, and then I will pop it on Friday. Deandra sends $2 and says, this lawyer is looking for a come up with this case. Well, listen, everybody can try to get their come up. You know what I mean? Everybody can try to get their come up. Okay, so we have just a few more so we can read these. Mookie sends 1111 and says, thank you for not being afraid to speak the truth. Thank you, Mookie. Connie sends $2 and says, that Adonis is looking for fame. Glad you didn't respond. I don't know who Adonis is. What Adonis are we talking about? Yolanda sends $1 and says, vids are of her doing her hair. That's what she liked. Yeah, she seemed like a really sweet young lady. She was failed. I wish that there was somebody there who could have cared for Ma'Khia and really, truly, truly taken her under their wing, and somebody who would have talked to her about the importance of really seeing your way onto the other side of the situation, because a lot of people failed her in that situation. A lot of people failed her. As you see, the father has the mother's last name. The sister got a different last name. Ma'Khia has her mother's last name. So there's a lot going on over there. And so Valerie says, you're doing the work of the KKK. Sad. You know, it's when you say things like that, you actually minimize the KKK. And you minimize and I resent that as a Black American whose family is from the South. I resent you minimizing the true viciousness and the violence of the Ku Klux Klan. And for you to wield that towards a Black woman, you should be ashamed of yourself. You could be ashamed of yourself. Alexa sends $5 and says, new sound system fund. You know what? You know what? Thank you. I'm going to look into. Thank you. Thank you. Desiree says conflict of interest case will get thrown out. Yeah. So she's most likely not a relative. All right. Let's jump back into this press conference. Don't you worry. We're going to go through it piece by piece. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you all. I'm going to read some of your comments over here. And Valerie saying Valerie says, your words are incredibly violent, as are your assumptions. Actually, no, it's the people who are making assumptions and speaking from hearsay and conjecture that are the ones that are creating the assumptions. We're speaking from what it is that we've seen. We saw a young lady attempt to stab an unarmed young lady who was holding a dog and walking towards the police, explaining to the police what was going on. And I guess before she could explain, Ma'Khia went to go stab her down. You know, it's like, come on now. Core says, right, Tanya, at the KKK comment. It's unbelievable. Trisha says that KKK comment went too far, but you know what? This is what a lot of Black people are doing. They'll walk past, they'll step over the homeless person, right? Step over the guys on their front stoop selling narcotics to the people in the neighborhood. They'll walk past the bullets ringing out in their air. They'll click past stories of children, women, grandmothers being beat up and shot. And then they'll come over to my channel where I'm talking about personal responsibility and getting out onto the other side of a situation and loving yourself. And then they'll call me the Ku Klux Klan, and not realizing that they are the ones who are perpetuating the destruction and demise of the community. So they don't get it, and that's fine. You know, we have different points of views on it, and that's fine. That's fine. You know, I don't expect everyone to see things my way or the way that I see them. So let's go back to the press conference and go back to where we lost sound before, which was when she started answering questions, right?
This to happen. We can't let this stand. And so right now we would just ask your respect while the family grieves. Tomorrow there will be services held. And as the details of those unfold, if you haven't already found out, we will make sure that if necessary, that information is released to you. And I thank you so much for your time. I want to say if there's any questions, but I feel like.
Can you identify every single person who spoke? They didn't say their names in the beginning.
Oh, good. We're going to go back to the part where they say their names.
Mom, Paula Bryant.
Paula Bryant.
I'll let Dad say his name because he hasn't had
Myron Hammonds.
Myron Hammonds, the father.
grandmother.
Janine Hammonds, the grandmother.
Janine Hammonds, grandmother.
And I'm Myra June, the aunt.
Myra June or something like that, the auntie.
Do you have clarity on what circumstances led up to the time being placed in the foster care?
At this point in time, I will not be offering up that information. However, as the investigation is ongoing, the story of how Ma'Khia Bryant was placed in foster care and remained in foster care, what we believe too long, will unfold.
And then do you offer any clarity on what the reason, I mean, you have to have some reason for asking the Department of Health and Human Services to launch an investigation. What is your justification for this investigation?
Well, they oversee Child Protective Services, and so they also govern the federal. They also govern the way in which our laws are implemented here. And so, while we may not see that there, as the investigation unfolds, I believe that it's deeper, that it's more of a policy issue and a cultural issue. And so, it's hard for us to kind of see ourselves with our own implicit bias and lens on. So sometimes it's better to have an oversight function come in and provide that for you and provide the recommendations so that we can improve. That's the goal here, right? To get better.
Do you guys want to see any type of justice against the officer?
It depends on what the investigation produces. I mean, I think that all of us can agree here that we think the shooting happened and it should not have happened. All the things that led up to that, I believe, are still unfolding. It was extremely tragic. If you ask me, I do believe that the officer responded too aggressively, to say it mildly. I believe that she was shot as if she was a target, and I can't sleep at night with that. So I want to see what the investigation produces, because I am also a lawyer, and I know that we have to use our legal tools and skills and expertise in order to get justice for this family. So, I know what my heart tells me, but I also know what the law says. And so I'm interested to find out how we can use both to get justice for her.
Myra, can I ask you a question? Were you there the day?
You cannot ask Myron any questions. I'm sorry.
Oh, you all are right. She was asking the father, because the mother's name is Paula and the father's name is Myron. So they were asking whether or not the father was there, because people are saying that it was the father. You know what? Do we need to look at that video again to see the person who was punt kicking that girl on the ground? Interesting. Look at her smiling. Very, very interesting. She's like, no, you may not ask him any questions.
Was he there the day?
We'll tell you that later.
Can you confirm that it was either Ma'Khia or her sister who called 911?
I will not confirm that at this time, but I do thank you for your question.
Have you filed a notice of plea with the city?
There has been nothing filed yet. I just got on board, but we'll file if you have anything.
Yeah, you know what? This is so strange. I don't want to harp, but I want you all to take a look at something, right? When they ask if the father was there, right? Where can we find? I need a quick screenshot. But you know what? The video was I think he had on a hood that day too. All right. So look at her face when she's like, no, you may not ask him any questions. Why is she smiling? And then look at the father behind her when they ask, did Ma'Khia or her sister make the call? He's shaking his head no for some reason. Take a look. We're going to replay.
Find out how we can use both to get justice for her.
Myra, can I ask you a question? Were you there the day?
You cannot ask Myron any questions. I'm sorry. You can ask them to me.
Can I ask? Was he there the day?
We'll tell you that later.
Can you confirm that it was either Ma'Khia or her sister?
Look at the father. Look, he's going to shake his head. Look.
That at this time,
Look.
but I do thank you for your question.
It's weird, right?
There has been nothing filed yet. I just got on board, but we'll file. If you have anything that you believe would be instrumental in helping us with this investigation, I'm open to that as well. We got to get this solved. This is a problem.
Do you believe that the foster home where she was living, the foster parents, did anything wrong in terms of raising her, or
Yes.
That's the one asking whether or not the foster care system did anything wrong.
I will not be elaborating at this moment because I want to make it about Ma'Khia and talking about her family and introducing you guys to her and just the beautiful. All of you seen pictures of her. You've seen the TikToks. You've heard her speaking. And so I just wanted to take this moment to at least give her a voice and let you know that we will be speaking with you further and we'll help the story unfold and we will tell you Ma'Khia's story.
When is the funeral services?
Tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow's Friday?
No, it's Friday.
I'm sorry, Friday. Friday. So that's why I said we'll let you know the details later, but it's Friday. I'm thinking today's Thursday. Sorry, guys.
are the media allowed in?
That's up to the family, and they're still discussing that. We will release that by the end of today.
How long was Ma'Khia in foster care?
And actually,
It's
we're
very
gonna.
hard for them. And I'm glad you asked that question.
Thank you so much. She'll take interviews later. I appreciate it, though. We're gonna stop taking questions right now. I appreciate your time.
We
Okay.
need to be reunified. And we're not completely reunified yet.
Thank you.
Look. He's asking her a question because he wants to talk, and the lawyer steps in between them.
I know, but that's an interview that I had no control over. We're talking about today, please. I thank you. We're gonna step over here.
And then she pulls her away from the lawyer who she wanted to talk. I mean, the reporter who she wanted to talk to. Wow. Interesting. What are your thoughts on all of this? What are your thoughts? This is interesting. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts? I want to hear what you all have to say. I want to hear. She doesn't want her to mess up the money. No, I feel you. Latarsha says she should step in between them. She don't want the mom incriminating herself. Child, listen. Listen. Nia says they're trying to be where the money resides. Listen, I'm confused by this. I say her parents failed her. Stop blaming everyone else. They are going for a money grab. Shout out to Cato Rainbow. Okay, listen. Yes, that's not what you're talking about. Kelly says the family is in denial. It's all about money. It's a whole lot going on. There was a lot going on. There was nothing good that could come out of that situation that day. Listen. Absent when she was in the act of committing a crime, present to collect the check. Listen. I'm gonna run to the apples and take a look at the cash apples coming in. This is something else. I tell you that much. I can't believe it personally. All right. Connie sends $2 and says, Adonis made an ugly vid. Don't know why it came up. I don't pay attention to the foolishness. Listen, there are people who you have to understand content creating is a job and people make money from it and people are going to make what clicks. And so there are some people who will create content that they're just trying to get clicks. And then, like I don't really get that many views on YouTube. I get a lot of views on Facebook. But there's some people that just want to ride the wave and create something that they think is going to get people talking. Black women are often a target for lowly Black men who want to anger people because it seems like we are triggered by so much. And now what you have done is you've written to me. You have stated this man's name twice. on air, we're in a way that you knew that I would read it out loud. And so you are now advertising for him. You have paid $2 on this comment and however much you've paid on a different comment to advertise his channel. That's what you've done. And so you need to check yourself. Check yourself. Check yourself. I told you I did not know who he was. That's it. But you made sure that you would try to make me aware. And you need to take a look at your own impulses for involving yourself in and perpetuating drama in your own life. I don't know who this person is. It does not concern me. I've already made a video that if you all see people making videos about me and you don't like the videos, don't watch the videos. You don't need to send the videos to me. If the videos are breaking the terms of service, flag the videos. Do not advertise the videos. Do not share the videos to other people. Do not share the videos to me. Stop giving them clicks. Kitten Heels is famous because you all clicked and continue to click because you're like, oh, let me see what he's going to say. Meanwhile, he's walking to the bank. There are YouTubers making $70,000. If a YouTuber gets about 500,000 views per video, depending on how often they make videos, they could be making $100,000 or more a month. A month. So you all are feeding the pockets of these people that you claim to not like. So come on. And now you've paid to advertise this. You are better than the people who like folks. You have paid to advertise this person's channel. See, this is what I'm saying is Black people, we need to do a better job because instead of looking at the cases that we want to look at the children who are being harmed by reckless people who shoot indiscriminately throughout our neighborhoods. Instead of turning our eye into trying to solve that, we want to turn our eye into making sure that only Black people kill Black people. Come on, stop this mess. Stop this. Stop this. And I'm going to tell you something else, Connie. I don't know who you are and I don't know if you're a plant, but I will block you if you continue to try to advertise trolls on my channel. I'm just letting you know that from me to you. And if there's anybody out there, let me just tell you how I get down behind the scenes, all right? If you send me videos that people have made about me and you're upset about it and you're coming with all of this energy into my inbox, I will remove your ability to be able to contact me. Don't play those games with me. Don't play those games with yourself. Listen, if there's somebody who is harassing you on your phone number or something like that, change your phone number. It's really that simple. I just, come on. It's really that simple. It's that simple. Brianna sends $20 for support. Thank you, Brianna. I appreciate that. TH sends $1 and says, Dad has an open warrant at the time of the event. Now, listen, send me what documentation you have, please. I want to see this. I want to see what documentation you have. Sheena sends $1 and says, lawyers can't represent family and often do. Oh, lawyers can represent family and often do. Oh, that's interesting. In criminal cases, is this a criminal or civil case? I think this is the civil part because they want to get money. Alyssa sends $2 and says, I agree with the lawyer. Keep the family quiet. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course the lawyer wants to keep them quiet with good reason. With good reason. With good reason. Let's see. Jonisha sent $1 and says, only the system failed her, money over accountability. Listen, I'm telling you that much, right? I'm telling you that much. Connie, oh my goodness, Connie is back and says, did not know you would read. I sent 25 and you didn't. I didn't read a comment that all of the Cash Apps have been read on air, right? All of the Cash Apps have been read. So you've sent a few comments today. This is the list of the comments that you've sent, right? And you sent a comment at 7:17 that I read on air. Then you came back at 7:22. Then you came back at 7:35. So this is the comment that you sent. This is $2. Where's the 25 that you said that you read? You sent me one on April 18th for $3. Come on now. Connie, Mama, let me tell you something. You know how there are people who are like, "Oh, I don't believe in drama, etc." Right? I don't play those types of games. I don't play the, "Oh, I don't believe in drama" types of games. I don't play that. It's like either you're not down with drama or you are. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And then ciao. Like people are like, "I don't like drama." It's this. You don't have to talk about what it is that you don't like. Either you're down with it or you're not. It's as simple as that. Oh my Lord! And you knew that I would read it because I read your last one. Don't untruth to me. I sent 25 and you didn't. You'd never sent me $25 and you haven't sent me 25 messages. So stop this, please. Connie says, I do have impulses and much trauma, even CPTSD. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. You have got to do things to keep your life peaceful. Instead of saying, you all know that I wrote a book of affirmations for self-love. And all of the affirmations are worded in a way to attract what it is that you want. When you say, I don't want drama, drama is the main emotion of that statement. Why not say, I accept peace? Also, want is the main emotion. I don't want. The main emotion is the wanting and the feeling around that, and not wanting a thing, but wanting is the impetus and drama is the word. Why not say, I allow peace, I accept peace, instead of I don't want drama? That's a lesson for everybody here. That's a lesson for everybody here. Do the things to minimize the drama coming into your life. Letitia sends 25 and says, forever supporter. Thank you, dear. Thank you. I appreciate that. Connie sends another $2 and says, I didn't click a thing. I just started playing as I laid my phone down. That to tell you what happened. Dear, I don't care who makes videos about me. It is well within their right. I don't watch the videos. I don't pay them any mind. They have no bearing over my life. Remove them from your life. Click from your main screen, do not recommend channel if you don't want a channel recommended to you. There are 3 dots on the outside of every video. You just click the 3 dots and you say, do not recommend channel. It's very simple. If you don't click, they'll stop showing it. That's the way the YouTube algorithm works. Facebook works very similarly as well. So please just eliminate a lot of that from your life, please, my dear. And don't bring it to me. I don't want it. Okay? I don't want it. Thomas sends 222 and says, that girl that got stomped by dad needs to sue. Listen, you know what I'm saying? She really do. Listen, exactly. Alethea sends $5 and says, you are so correct. Thank you. Oh, I hate when it does that. All right. And then we have Pamela that sends 28 and says, love you. Keep doing what you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So on that note, I'm going to take a few more of your comments to see what you all have to say. Then we'll read a few more apples and then we'll jump out of here. We've been on for 123, so we're going to stay on for 7 more minutes. We're going to make this an hour and a half show instead of an hour show, right? Listen, Jennifer says Connie's getting dragged. Please don't say that. I hope, I'm sorry. I apologize, Connie, if it seemed as if I was attempting to drag you. I was really not trying to drag you at all. Please don't take it that way. I'm only really just speaking my mind. Blacks says call-ins. No, we're not going to do call-ins tonight. Sepang says, guys, I don't think you'll ever realize how talented Tanya TKO show is to do lives and be so smooth with it. It's way underrated. She should be paid more. It's not easy what she does. Oh, thank you. I didn't realize I was so smooth with it. You all are making some mean comments in here. I'm not going to put most of them up because people are saying that Connie needs, there's another Connie here. Constance, do you allow people to call you Connie? Or you just not, or you don't want to associate with that right now? But listen, Connie, it is going to be okay. Just concentrate on what it is that you want, not what you don't want. And this right here is my book of affirmations, self-love. This is available on Amazon. The link is in the description. You can support the show by getting the book. This book has powerful affirmations worded by a clinical hypnotherapist like me. Well, not like me. Me. It's written by a clinical hypnotherapist who formulated these affirmations to help rewrite your subconscious programming and reattune you to self-love. So I am still shipping out orders. I'm shipping out orders that were placed March 30th and earlier. So if you placed your order March 29th, March 30th, just look for your ship notification and your tracking number and you'll get that. And go to Amazon, get yours from Amazon because Amazon handles the shipping and they have Prime shipping. You can get it next day, right? Blacks is saying, read me. Why do you want to get red, Blacks? Why do you want to get red? Right? So Jessica is saying, I got mines today. I'm so happy. Did you get it from Amazon or did you get the autographed copy from me? Because let me see. Did I autograph a book to a Jessica recently? All right. Terica says, I work for Amazon. Do you? I actually autographed a book to a Terica. So I don't know if that was you or not, but I did autograph a book to a young lady by the name of Terica. All right. And Black says, wow, you read the wrong comment. You got to, let me just try to scroll back. Let's see. So Blacks wants me to read this comment about the forest, but you was spamming this comment yesterday, so, and you also posted it in the comments. So I saw your comment. Black says, the forest was shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe. For the axe was clever and convinced the trees that because his handle was made of wood, he was one of them. And I have a feeling that this has something to do with the Democrats. You know what? I have a feeling it has something to do with the Democrats, right? Maria is saying, I got mine from you a few weeks ago. Wonderful. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. All right. Anna says, Terica, I think anyone would be sad at the loss. Unfortunately, that's not the overwhelming response from her family, not publicly at least. It's so sad. Yeah, you know what? Her family failed that young lady, and now they're going to try to get paid off of her death when they weren't there for her in life. This is what I'm saying. Listen. I beg you, listen to me. You must value your life. Do not wait for your boyfriend, your husband, your friends, your mother, your father to value your life for you. Like there's some kids who are like, I'm going to hurt myself and that's going to hurt mom and dad. You're going to hurt you because at some point, you're going to realize that your life is your own. Your life is your own. And you see how this family is behaving. This child was in foster care. Nobody stepped up and made the sacrifice to be there for that child when she needed them most. But now that she's gone, they're coming out, giving some deadpan cry sounds. Cry sound. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun. Why did it have to be this way? Left that baby there to play. I mean, come on, come on now. Dry cry in a stance. All right. So listen, I appreciate I know that's not the song, but listen, Listen. She come out with some dry cry in a van, standing on the stage with liar gal, with the man there, push her out the way. I mean, come on, was too much. This was a lot. This was really a lot. I'm gonna read a few more apples and then we're gonna get out of here. And here comes Connie. Hey, Connie sent the 25. Say, here you go. Let's have fun. All right, Connie Con. We see you, girl. We see you. But why did you, Connie, here, let me give you your heart. Hey, girl, hey. And she says, I sent it 3 weeks or more ago. It showed your whole history, Connie. It showed you. Okay. You know what? Sometimes I'm too confrontational. Let me disagree. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, it must got lost in the mail. You right. Oh, but you know what? Thank you. You right. My bad. I must not have seen it. You know, sometimes I have to learn to just a little bit more. So that Connie, maybe it got lost in if you say that you sent it more than 3 weeks ago, check and see where you sent it, honestly, because there are people out there who used to fake my Facebook page. Facebook started shutting down a lot of that foolishness. But if you sent it to another area, because I'm telling you, it says view all. And the first one that you ever sent me was April 18th. So, and it was, you know what? Let me just, okay. All right. You know what? Okay. My bad. The system must be mistaken but listen, I'm trying to help you, because if you sent it to another number, it may not have been me. Okay. Because I didn't get it. It didn't come through here. I'm just telling you, no shade, no none of that. It didn't come through here. So check your Cash App. You may need to request a refund or file a fraud case because it didn't come to me. Okay, Mama? I'm just letting you know. Got you. Rashida says to purchase the book for one of your knockouts. Hey, that is nice. Okay, you know what? Let me write this down, because I'm gonna do a 2-book giveaway. So Rashida, okay, and this is the $20 for the book. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. Thank you. We're going to do a 2-book giveaway because there was also another young lady who gave away a book yesterday. So thank you. Aisha sent $1 and said, you really are very smooth. Don't downplay yourself. Am I? I didn't realize that I was smooth. I appreciate that. If I were to describe myself as a lot of things, I didn't know that smooth was one of them. This is something new that I'm hearing. Aisha sends another $1 and says, would you offer a paid course on speaking? I need, and then it cuts off. So maybe she's still typing. Alicia says $2. Says, I'm a new fan, period. Thank you. I appreciate that. I honestly, listen, I did not know that I was smooth, and I did not know that people perceived me as being smooth. I did not know that. So these are new words. These are new words that are coming to me. So listen, I appreciate all of you for coming out. We're going to wait for the young lady to finish the last part of her message, right? I'm going to read a few more of your comments, and I'm going to let you all know how to support the show. There's 3 different ways that you can support the show. You can go into the description of this video and you can sign up for text notification service. I did say that I was going to read out the names of the people who signed up while we were on the broadcast, so I appreciate that. When we get to 100, I'm going to separate the text service from the monthly service so that it will go to people who want, because the text service is a really specialized service for people who are not getting their notifications, who want to be on time, who want to get the direct link, who are constantly unsubscribed, or just the platforms are not doing what they want to do, or you just want to know how to be able to stay in touch with me if anything ever happens on one of these platforms. Because even though Facebook may send out text notifications, if Facebook suspends my page or I am taken off the platform for whatever fickle reason they decide to, at least you know that you'll get a text notification for where I will be going live, and you'll get a direct link for that, whether I'm going live on Instagram, YouTube, on Twitter, on my own website, or on a different site altogether. Or if I'm going to go live on, let's see, maybe I go on somebody else's platform, and then you won't get a notification from my page. The text notification is a really amazing, wonderful service that you all requested, and I invested a lot of time in getting the system working for you all. So if you want it, by all means, get it. So let me read out the people who signed up while we were on air. I'm going to give you a shout out. So thank you all for coming out. What are your thoughts about this whole situation? I think it's a mess. I think it is a boondoggle. Personally, that's what I think. Wow, we got a lot of people who signed up while I was on air. We have Deirdre B who signed up. We got Michael H who signed up, Michelle S, Zipporah B, Tina L, Jolanda Y, Maurice B, Kelly W, Tiffany T, Kimberly J. Hey, that's little Kim's name, right? Kimberly, well, oops, I didn't mean to read. Oh my goodness, my bad. I'm going to do too much. Darica K, Kelly H, Stacy G, Olivia H, Lyconia. Lyconia is a place in Georgia, isn't it? Or is that Lithonia? Lithonia, not Lyconia. So what is Lyconia? I've seen that before. Well, Lyconia S, Udelka C, Corin S, Altandra J, and By O, and Alexis D. So thank you all for signing up. That is so dope. I really only planned for 100 people to sign up. And so I really only planned for 100 people to sign up, and we're almost at 100 in the first week that I've announced it. So that means that this is a service that you all have wanted and that you all are participating in. For those of you who are getting the text notification, go ahead and throw up those 10s and let me see how you all like the text service. Is getting a 15-minute notification before the video enough time for you to finish driving or go on break and be able to come over? Is 15 minutes enough time? And Aruba says, yay, we're almost there. Yeah. I'm really glad about that. We have Eri that says, Tanya, get OnlyFans. Dear, I don't think that that's the direction that I'm going in. However, if something changes and that is what it is I need to do, then maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do, if I could get like an OnlyFans where, listen, there was a woman, I saw the meme. She gets paid $3,000 a month to make videos of her passing gas. She makes 3,000 pounds a month. She's in England, apparently. Eri is saying exclusive content for broadcast. Listen, don't worry. We're okay. Mary says, I need 30 minutes. Oh, do you need 30 minutes? Is 15 minutes not enough time? Do you all need 30 minutes? Hold on. Let me see. How much time do you all need? So Alexis says, I love it. So I want to know, how much time do you all need? Because if 15 minutes is not enough, let me know how much time you all need. Hey, there's Darica or Darica. Sunshine says, sometimes you late, Tanya, but it's okay. No, you know what? So what happens is when the video, I just give people time to come in. That's it. But I'm gonna stop that. If you all, okay. So Rashida is saying 20 to 30 would be good for me. Oh, so Sunshine says, no, that's too long. 15 minutes is a lot. 10 to 15 is good for me. 15 is good. 15 is good. Morgan says, yeah, 30. Afreda says 30. Oh, we're at an impasse. I don't know now. I don't know. Well, you know what? Let's get out of this video. If we're going to talk some more, we can talk in another video. But Constance says 15 was good for me. 15. Okay. 10 to 15, 15. Tashia sends 5. 1 at 30, a reminder at 15. Listen, you know it costs per text, right? Listen, this is why the service is so expensive. It costs per text, and some people are international as well. So listen, it's not an expensive service. It's $199 a month because it is budgeted out that if I go live every day, that's around the break even point for 30 texts for the month. You know, and then if I start going, like yesterday, I went live twice. That's 2 texts in 1 month and 1 day. You know, the price begins to skyrocket. Somebody said I need to do a poll. Sharky says, Ms. Gorgeous Greer, just wondering how long you have watched her. Also, why you see this perception. I'm curious your take. So somebody is saying them have a different take. Let me see who it is. Exotic says just have all the options. It's not that easy, baby. Sepang, listen, Sepang, I did not see your name on the list. You talking about I'm smooth and all this other stuff. Open your wallet, sir. You said I'm your wife and you flirting with me and you all this other stuff. You have not subscribed to your wife. You have not gotten your text notifications to Pang. So you talking about some 30, you voting on something you have not participated in. Come on now. Come on. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I don't see the comment that you are asking. So Dania is, I'm not talking about a slip. I'm talking about her speech and her whole professional demeanor. All of it was absolutely ghetto. You know, and so the thing is, are you talking about the lawyer? The lawyer can be ghetto if she chooses. Why not? What's the problem? She could be ghetto if she wants to. So Rochelle is saying, I would love your free book, Tanya, despite I am in shock and can't believe 4 gunshots doesn't give everyone clarification that this was clearly murder, point blank, period. Yes, she was murdered. Yeah, she was murdered. I don't think she was murdered as a way to stop her from trying to murder someone else. So I don't really understand. I don't understand. So look. So I don't see the message from Miss Gorgeous Greer that you were responding to, Sharky. I'm trying to find it, but I'm getting distracted by all of these other comments, and they only go back but so far. Kennard says, we've become the zombies, or have we become the zombies because that's how we are acting? I look at the youth and see that adults are not teaching them anything. They're being taught some things. It may not be what you like, but they're being taught some things, you know? Ilyasa is saying, Michael Lewis doesn't sound like they were already engaged in fighting. There was screaming, and she said for the police to hurry. So she was defending herself. The sad part is she had the wrong decision, but she was already fighting for her life first. This is sad. My point is, don't demonize her without everything. And the cop was supposed to act because she did launch the knife, but a single shot and she could be alive to tell her story. So if you watch the video that we did yesterday, the police shoot until the threat is neutralized, until you stop the action, usually till the person falls. And they shot one man. Okay. So here's Miss Gorgeous that says, an opportunity to make a quick buck by immoral or moral means. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Maria says, you're awesome. I love your communication with a different variety of our people, and I feel your comments. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Baruti says, Tanya, do you think that the shenanigans of Ma'Khia's foster family to get paid by Ma'Khia's death makes Black people look like hustlers? Could you elaborate on your reflection/response? You know, I don't think it makes Black people look like hustlers. I mean, we're in a capitalistic society where people like money and will do almost anything for it. And a lot of this attitude is spreading worldwide, where people are becoming really greedy because we see these images of people living this fantastic life with money and all of these riches. And money does not make your life fantastic. Money affords certain things, but it doesn't make your life fantastic. I don't think that it makes her family, or it doesn't, I don't think it makes Black people look like hustlers. I think it is a reflection of our capitalistic society and the things that we in a society like that will do in order to get money. You know, but this is, I don't have a well-formed, intelligent response to that, because because hold on. Ultimate says, the dad with the man bun and pearls, fake gold chain, and gas station white tee, really houseway. Yeah, you know what? I feel like Ma'Khia's family is from a certain part of our demographic, right? There's obviously something wrong because things went awry for Ma'Khia long before she pulled out that knife. Things were already awry. And this family has some tremendous issues. And her father's at a press conference with a big pearl or gold pearl in his ear, long gold chain, a white tee, a bun, and all the Afro puff on top of his head and all of this stuff. And so, yes, we see these things, but I think we also need to realize that this is a profile of people who things in their life have gone astray. So we know that they've gone astray. How much do we continue to point out the accoutrement of that estrayment? Do you know what I mean? This is the socioeconomic class that they're in, where they think that that's okay. That is the stuff that led to her being in foster care in the first place. This is not, so think about it. If the family had come out well put together with the 1950s circle skirt, or well coiffed, and the hair in a natural do with everything all laid down and looking wonderful, and they were like, my daughter Ma'Khia, help us as we try to get justice for my daughter. I mean, we would be, the hypocrisies and the mismatch would be a lot. So what is it that we're expecting from her family? And if we were expecting something different, what does that say about us? If we weren't expecting anything at all, what does that say about us? If we are criticizing how it is that they showed up because we were expecting them to be something different, what does that say about us? So I want us to really allow this. This is how they show up. This is who it is that they are. We will allow them to be themselves in that respect, right? There's a lot of apples that have come in. Let me check the apples. I don't know why I stopped the screen on the apples. Let me get it back up again. Here we go. Here I come to save the day. All right, here we go. So Rashida sent $1 and says, your book helped me so I want to give back. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh, I gotta make this a little smaller so I can see this. Here we go. Here we go. A little bit over. Here we go. There we go. Thank you. Alicia says, one book for me and give the next to someone else. So, Alicia, I don't know. Hold on. So, Alicia, if you want to order the book, you have to order the book on my website. So you can request a partial refund for this for the $20 so that you can order the book from my website, and I will use the other $20 for so let me write this down. Alicia, I'm just going to put down that you $40 for a book giveaway so that we'll have 3 book giveaway, and then we will announce the so yeah, so I'm sorry, so let me leave that thing. Aisha said $1 and says I need it. I'll $sign I want to improve upon my oration. So Alicia wants some speech classes from me. Okay, girl, contact me privately. Oh, you're saying I will pay. I need it. I'll pay. I want to improve upon my oration. I feel you on that. All right. Tawana sends $1 and says, I'm here for the self-love. Keep doing what you do. Thank you so much, Tawana. Lisa sends $20 and says, much love. Need a book also. I hope people are not trying to buy the book through the Cash App. If you want to buy the book, you have to go to Amazon and get the book. The book is available on Amazon. If you go to Amazon.com and search for Tanya, TKO, and self-love, you'll see it. It's right there. The link is also in the description, so you can just click straight through. But you cannot buy the book through the Cash App because I don't have your address and you haven't paid for shipping and all of that. So you have to do all of that. You have to do that we don't do it through Cash App. Cash App is for people who want to have their comments read on air and contribute financially that way. Tawana sends $1 and says, people forget the viral stories are about self-love. Yes, they do. They do. Sometimes, and you know what? And that's because of me. You know, it's like, I need to do a better job. I probably need to restructure the channel and talk about the self. I don't know. I need to talk more about self-love in these videos because I feel like it gets lost. You know, TH sends $1 and says, mom and dad have multiple domestic violence arrests, learned behavior. Oh my God. Can you send me what it is that you all know? Because I have not heard about their domestic violence arrests. Send me the information. Fila says, just signed up for the text message. Love you, sis. Yay. Thank you, Fila. Thank you. TH says, records and warrants on county court website. Send me the link, honey. Send me the link because I send me the link. Send me the link. Ayana sends 777. Lucky number 7 to my favorite YouTuber. You are much appreciated. Thank you, Ayana. I appreciate that. And Pam Pam sends $5 and says, tell Connie log off for the night. Love you, Tanya. Oh no, what is Connie doing in the comments? Oh my goodness. You know what? But you have to be gentle with one another. You know, there's a lot of people out there dealing with a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we do not know about. And so we have got to have empathy for a lot of the people that you see. Like if you see somebody who's commenting kind of strangely, you please realize that there's a lot of people dealing with stuff. Some people's children have just died. Some people's parents have just died. Some people are taking care of loved ones who are disabled. Some people themselves are disabled who are watching. And some people have mental health issues and crises that are going on. Some people are in abusive relationships and online is their outlet. And sometimes they comment these horrifying comments because they just need to release something pent up. And, you know, sometimes I'll oblige people and bust some cuss words at them and maybe hopefully they can get their frustrations out or whatnot. But for the most part, please just have empathy for one another who are commenting because there's a lot going on out there that we do not know about happening in people's homes. So let's give them the grace of just understanding that because listen, I talk to some of you all, like even some of the people who are buying my books and, you know, I have to like get an address correction and stuff. And then I speak to people and you would never really know, like we think that other people are having a better time at life than we are. But there's a lot of people out there who are going through a lot of different things. People who have just got out of surgery and they're laid up, people who don't have employment, people who are suffering and going through a lot right now. So just please have empathy for one another, and just, you know, send some love. Like, like seriously, like there are people who are talking about Ma'Khia Bryant's family and the clothes and how they look and all of that. Send some love to these people, because there's a lot going on over there that is all messed up, and people are really truly doing the very best that they can. So that's all I can say on that. People are doing the best that they can, that the best that they know of, with their experiences, their programming, their genetic makeup. And so that's really all that I can say on that. That's really hey, Rookie, you're late. I haven't seen you. Or have I? I don't know. Just okay. Let me shout out to the last few people who signed up on the text message service since we last, because we had 83 contacts last. And so now we are up to, it's rolling 84. So one more person signed up. That was Fila. And you just announced that too. So thank you, Fila. And look, thank you everybody who came out and participated in this subject. I appreciate that. And and oh, we got some more apples in. Let me just read these last few apples and then I'll give the closing. All right. So we have Alicia who says, no, I'm giving both away, sis. I'm buying mine with you. Okay. So Alicia has, 2 books giveaway. All right, perfect. So now we have 4 books all together to give away. All right, wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And Connie sends $2 and says, just because I love your show. Thank you, Connie. We love you too. And everybody sends some big warm hugs to Connie. You know, she says she's suffering from PTSD and has some things going on in her life. So send some big hugs to her. As a matter of fact, send just vibrating out hugs to everybody who is around now. Pamela sends $2 and says, I'm sending you this one because you're right. Okay, well, thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, big hugs to all of you. Actually, I'll just give you all a hug. Hug, 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 hug. Yes, 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 yes. All right, so listen. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is what? In this situation, the self-love lesson here that I would say is loving yourself enough to, regardless of who is supposed to be there for you, who is supposed to uplift and hold you, realize that your life is important and your life is important to you. Make your life important to you. Invest in your life, invest in yourself, and do the things that you need to do to just take care of yourself. That's all I'm going to say on that. Get onto the other side of it. Trouble don't last always. Listen, in the end, everything will be all right. And if it's not all right, then it is not the end. And on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Love you all.